Our next induction will be made by a member of the class of 2024, who was a rare three-sport captain and helped lead our girls lacrosse team to that 13-2 record while earning all NEPSAC honors. Could I ask Anna Sawyer to please come forward? Anna, come on down.
My name is Anna Sawyer. It is my privilege to present the 2009 girls lacrosse team for induction into the Hall of Fame. The girls lacrosse team entered the 2009 season with some pressure on them. The previous year, the Wildcats had gone undefeated. Fortunately, the 2009 team proved up to the challenge, putting together another unbeaten season, keeping the team at the very top of girls lacrosse teams in New England, winning a Class B Western New England title and a Central New England Tournament championship. Led by head coach Jen Fulcher, the 2009 Wilson team was a determined, hungry, and decisive group of players that finished the season with a perfect 11-0 record, extending the program win streak to a remarkable 26 games. The season included many memorable wins, including a come-from-behind overtime win over a previously undefeated Suffield team, and a thrilling overtime win over Choate that was sent to an extra period on a last-second shot by freshman Bridget Instrom. In the Central New England Tournament, S.A. Fogelman, Katie Pettingill, and Katie Palaz were named to the All-Tournament team, while Palaz and Fogelman were also named to New England All-Stars. S.A. was also named an honorable mention All-American. Palaz took home the Davis MVP award for the season, while Sarah McCullough was named Most Improved, and Jillian Mann won the Kate Risley 93 Sportsmanship Award. Palaz and Pettingill capped off stellar careers that spring, with Pettingill finishing her career with 153 goals and 57 assists, while Palaz scored 154 goals for her career. Yes, the two combined for 307 goals. The team roster included Mika Black, Anna Carando, Laura Bartis Eldridge, S.A. Fogelman, Liz Gans, Courtney Goldsmith, Jill Grant, Abby Hatch, Hannah Haw, Bridget Enstrom, Amanda Lovell, Jillian Mann, Sarah McCullough, Julia Midland, Katie Palaz, Katie Pettingill Blizzard, Carly Simpson, Jenna Spooner, Stephanie Capinos-Tonisi, and Megan Treacy. Could I ask the members of the team that are present to come up to the stage so they can receive their Hall of Fame medals?
Thanks, Mr. Hall. Appreciate it.
Quick picture.
Whoops. That picture reminds me, I used to have brown hair, which is nice. I'd like to, on behalf of the 2009 girls lacrosse team, these incredible women that are here and many that couldn't be here. This team is all over the country in residency and med school, getting married, having babies. It's just an incredible group. And on behalf of all of them, I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee for this incredible honor. I've coached many teams in my career, and this group, pause, gray hair and the cheaters, and this group is as special as they come. Against some of the very best teams in New England, this team found a way to win and handle any challenge. For many on this team, this was their second undefeated season, having gone undefeated in 2008 as well. Winning over 25 games in a row, this team represented all that makes great teams: hard work, unselfish, talented, strong player leadership, a positive attitude, common goals, trust, a standard of excellence, and maybe the most important thing, a joy in being together, competing, and playing the game. There are many highlights in the miracle season. While this incredible talented group dominated many opponents, there were 2 games that stuck out as games that appeared lost that would stop the streak, but were pulled out in the most heroic fashion by this group, demonstrating their never-give-up attitude. The first was against rival Suffield, where we came back from 2 goals down with less than 1 minute to go in the game, scoring the tying goal with 1 second on the clock to send it into overtime, where we'd lead for the first time the entire game and win 11-9. The Suffield coach, who I had a tremendous respect for, came up to me after the game and said, "I don't know what just happened or how we lost that game, but your team always believes they will win, and that makes all the difference." The second highlight was an away game at Choate. Choate was loaded with players in the national pool. They were undefeated, and beating this would be our biggest stretch. Again, this group pulled off a miracle. We played the game of our lives, but with 30 seconds to go, Choate had the ball and was up by 1 and was trying to run out the clock on us, giving a dose of our own medicine. I actually remember for the first time in 2 years standing on the sideline and saying to my assistant, "It was a great run." For the first time, I even thought it was impossible to pull this off. But these players, this team, believed even when no one else did. Katie Bettengill, somehow with 1 hand on her stick, was able to knock the ball out of the Choate attacker stick and drop it to the ground. Our other captain, Katie Pelaz, would come out of nowhere and pick up the ball and start tearing down the field. There were only about 10 seconds left in the game. And with the clock running out, Katie would throw the ball about 60 yards to our first All-American, S.A. Fogelman, who would catch the ball, will double team, and would be fouled and pushed to the ground. And the clock would go off. An almost 3-minute conversation with the officials and both coaches, the clock would be reset to 2 seconds. Standing about 10 meters from the goal, S.A. would look to the goal with her stare of confidence, like she was going to do something special. And if I were to guess, she would step and try to rifle it into the corner, as she was capable of doing. But instead, without giving anything away, she dropped her shoulder and sidearmed a pass with total confidence to a freshman named Bridget Instrom, another All-American in her senior year, who would catch the ball and dive around a player, putting the ball in the back of the cage as the horn went off. The Choate coach and bench dropped to the ground. It was very sad. With a fueled sense of confidence, the game would go on into overtime, where we'd win 14-12, the last goals being scored by Steph Capinos, who's here today. There is no way we should have won this game, and I don't believe any other team could have pulled this off. And for those of you that were there, one of the very best parts of this unlikely win was that across the field, lining the sideline, was a large group of Williston students. They were at Choate on the same day playing other contests, and their games were done. They had their own buses, and in almost all cases, students leave right after the games to go back, as Williston students are very, very busy. But they didn't. They saw we were down. It was like they also believed the streak couldn't end, and we needed their support. I'm talking the JV softball game. Allison Marsland was there. Boys, girls, more. They lined the other side of the field and wouldn't leave. It was a Wildcat miracle. They cheered and screamed and helped us believe, and when we won, they all stormed the field. I've coached a lot of games from youth to the college level, and I will never forget that game. It was the most unbelievable display of unwillingness to give up I'd ever seen. A team is never successful without good leadership, and this team had 7 amazing seniors and 2 great captains in Katie Pettengill and Katie Pelaz. Both of these leaders so wanted to be here today to accept this award for the team, but had life events that they could not move. They wrote to me and asked me to share some of their thoughts in their absence. Katie Pelaz. Since receiving the news that we were inducted into the Willis Northampton Athletic Hall of Fame, I've reflected on how this lacrosse program has not only impacted my playing career, but was a foundation of who I am today. Our goal was simple: to hold each other to a high standard of playing against the best teams and be there for each other through the highs and lows. That was how our success was measured. And it felt really good to see the benefits of not only working hard, but coming together and staying together. When I think of our team, I think of every single player feeling included because we all shared the same goals. Whether you started the game on or off the field, whether you were the goalie, attacker, defender, or cheering like crazy on the bench, we were always the loudest bench. We all made sacrifices for each other, and we all had each other's back. That in itself created a foundation of success, because when you are surrounded by positivity from coaches and every player's support and belief in yourself, you in turn will be your best self. Katie Pettengill. We are an incredibly talented and well-coached bunch of athletes, most of us going 2 straight undefeated seasons. an unlikely accomplishment considering the competition we faced. But more than anything, we were a passionate group of individuals on and off the field. We all cared deeply about winning together. It was not just the numbers on the scoreboards or the records we accomplished, but because we had a shared pride for what we were doing. There was never any comeback that was out of reach. We could be down at halftime, but always had the confidence and inspiration from within, encouraged by our incredible coach and her philosophies that were instilled in us on and off the field. Every ground ball matters. It starts with you. Win the draws. You are not tired. Control what you can control. It was with these motivations we played with a togetherness that was once in a lifetime. I could not be more proud of this team. We had some players who went on to play college lacrosse, some went on to play college hockey, some soccer, but their first passion didn't matter. Their passions united in a common purpose and a respect and belief in each other during this incredible run. We had one of the best goalies we have ever had in Meg Tracy, who learned to play here as a 9th grader at Williston. It would only lose 2 games in 4 years at Williston. And would go on to be a star Division I ice hockey goalie. We had a middle schooler, Carly Simpson, who would go on to also to be an All-American, who made the team as a 7th grader. Yes, a 7th grader. Yes, shout that out. And would lead the team to only 3 losses in 6 years. Whew. We had the spirit of Jill Mann, an incredible player, and when she sustained an injury, became the player who when she sustained, I'm gonna get choked up, sorry. When she sustained the injury, became the center of the spirit of the team, who all looked to encouragement and to be lifted, as she taught us that you can bring positivity and give all you can to a team, even if you couldn't play a minute on the field. And so many other great athletes and women. This team taught me so much, and I'm forever grateful and proud to have been part of their legacy. And it was an honor and a privilege. On behalf of this Hall of Fame team, I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee and thanking these women for letting me be part of their lives. It's always a great day to be a Wildcat.